Hey guys, my name is Ashley Day, and today I'm going to talk about something a little bit more serious on my channel. This week is Mental Illness Awareness Week, and I know one of the things is you're supposed to wear green to show support for those going through mental illness, and that's what I'm trying to do this week. But besides that, today I saw this wonderful group of people who just volunteered, took time out of their days to just stand downtown where I live and just hold signs talking about mental illness. These people downtown, they were wearing green, and they held up these signs that not only talked about like mental illness and just the awareness of it, they also had signs talking about the stigma of mental illness. I know one of the things that they held up was something along the lines of honk if you're breaking the stigma, and I just think that's so important because there's such a terrible stigma around mental illness that a lot of people who need help aren't getting the help that they need because either they're too afraid to go and seek it or talk to people, or they're just worried that people are going to see them differently just because there's something wrong in their brain that they cannot control. I know this is getting a little deep, but I was diagnosed with depression, and I know when I switched school sophomore year, one of the things my mom told me was, don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone about your past, don't tell anyone you went and got counseling, don't tell anybody, because they're going to think poorly of you. And me, as the very open person that I am, I just thought, well, this is a part of who I am, this is something I've gone through, this is something I've at least tried to beat, and at least at this point I feel like I've beaten it to a point, and this is a part of who I am. Why wouldn't I tell people that, yeah, this is a part of my past, but I've gotten past it. It's done, it's over with, I'm stronger because of it. And, I mean, I just think that you shouldn't be afraid to tell people something like that about yourself, and you shouldn't be afraid to go and get the help you need. I know one of the things I try to do is when I see people who are having a bad day or just feeling down on themselves, I try to be positive and give them a little pep talk, some words of encouragement. I know who cares if you don't talk to them on a regular basis? Who cares if they're your best friends or someone you have literally only seen in the hallway that one time and you like their outfit so you added them on Facebook? Who cares? If they're having a bad day and you can do something to make it just a little bit better, why not? It's not that hard to be kind. And, I know it doesn't fix everyone's problems, but I know when I was going through a rough time, just hearing those little words of encouragement really helped out. Even today, I'm still told by family members, friends, acquaintances, even total strangers that it's all in my head, get over it, everything will be fine, people have it worse than you, and you know what? That's bullshit. Your feelings are valid. Whether you stub your toe and you think it's the worst day ever because that one minor inconvenience, your feelings are valid. If you lost your job, your feelings are valid. Your feelings are valid because you are feeling them. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And if a family member or a friend is invalidating your feelings, shame on them. That's wrong. It's not that hard to just validate someone's feelings. I have a friend all the time who apologizes just because she thinks her feelings don't matter and they're dumb and they're silly. Who cares if they're dumb and they're silly? You're feeling that in that moment, and me as a friend, it is my job to help you and to make you feel better and to boost you up when you're feeling down. It's not my job to say, oh yeah, just because you're upset that you got a bad grade on the test, other people did worse, so you shouldn't be feeling bad. It's okay to feel bad. Everyone has expectations for themselves that they set up, and if you don't meet your own expectations, you're going to feel bad, and nobody should make you feel bad for feeling upset over that. It just irks me, because there's so many people going through these things. I know when I was at my lowest point, I had so many people telling me that my feelings were invalid and that how I felt didn't matter, or that I had no reason to be feeling how I was feeling. And Maybe there was no reason, but you don't need a reason to feel depressed. It is a chemical imbalance in your brain. It is not something that you control. Just by grinning does not mean that all of your problems will go away. By just deciding to cheer up is not going to make all those bad thoughts go away. There are days where I feel worthless. There are days where I feel really upset and just uncomfortable in my own skin. And just because there are people who have it worse than me does not mean that my feelings aren't valid. Just because something minor may have happened that made me bawl or cry for hours does not mean that I had no reason to cry. Ooh, I'm getting heated. With Mental Illness Awareness Week, I just wanted to make this video just to kind of talk one-on-one with you guys and just let you know that you're not alone in this. I know it sounds really cheesy and cliche, and when you're at your worst place, you don't believe it, but it does get better. I know there are days, some more recently than I'd like to admit, where I have sunk just as low as I had at my worst point. There are days that I've almost given up. It's hard. It's incredibly, incredibly hard to pick yourself up when you're at your lowest. And I know, for me personally, what helps me when I'm feeling my worst is I look to a few things that help keep me grounded and help keep me happy. And for me, those things would be my friends, my boyfriend, music, doing this. There's just so many things in life to be happy about. And there's so many good things and beautiful things in the world. And I know life's tough, and I know things get hard, and I know people put you down, especially people who shouldn't put you down, but you are so amazing. You are worth so much. And I know not everyone sees their own worth. Wow, I'm getting emotional. And I know I have trouble seeing my own worth sometimes, but I want you to know that you matter. You're important. Your feelings are valid. You're not worthless. I know you're trying your best, so keep trying. I know that things may be hard sometimes, and I know that sometimes things don't ever seem like they're going to get better, but they will. I promise. You're not always going to be in the same place that you are right now. You're not always going to be surrounded by the people that make you feel like shit. And I know that it's hard because sometimes those people are people that you love, and sometimes they're people that you don't think will hurt you, but they do. I know what it's like to be in your shoes, and I know what it's like to go through this, and I know that sometimes it feels like you have no one, and I know that sometimes hurting yourself seems like the best option because you don't see that you are beautiful, and you are loved, and you are amazing. Just know that no matter what, you have someone to talk to, whether it's a friend, a teacher, your parent, any other family member, or even if it's some random girl who you're watching on the internet. Just know that you're not alone, and things get better. And I know sometimes it takes so much time and so much effort, but you just have to have a little faith in yourself. Because honestly, on my worst days, even when the things that are supposed to make me happy don't make me happy, I hold on to that little spark of hope, and that's what keeps me going. I know it sucks, but believe me, I know you're trying your very hardest. You're doing everything in your power, and even if it's not good enough for some people, as long as it's good enough for yourself, that's all that matters. So I guess what I'm trying to say here is, I know you're trying. Keep doing it. Even if people tell you that you're not doing enough, screw them. You are doing just fine. I promise you, you are doing just fine. Be kind to others because you never know what they're going through. I know it's hard, especially if there's someone that you strongly dislike, but at the end of the day, they have their own struggles and they are fighting their own battles just like you. So always be the bigger person, take the high ground. One of the things that I firmly believe is that when you go through things, you can either let them affect you and drain on your character, or you can rise above it and and come out stronger and better than you were before. I have gone through so much in my 18 years of life, and I try so hard to be a positive person and make positive impacts on other people's lives, even if they're just complete and total strangers, even if I haven't liked them or complained about them at one point. I will go out of my way if I see someone having a bad day to try and do what I can to just at least give them a little pep talk. Just be kind to others. It makes you feel really good about yourself, especially when those same people come back and are like, hey, I see you're going through a rough time. I know you supported me, let me support you. Those people who support you are going to be your livelihood. Like, you need them. Rely on your friends when you need to. Don't ever think you're a burden to them, because I promise you, you aren't. And if they say you are, then they're not true friends. Rely on your family, because those are the people that are supposed to have your back. And if they don't, screw them. As soon as you can, cut them off. Like, I know that you're supposed to put family first, but if they're not doing what they can to help you when you are down, then they do not have a place in your life. Just like friends, just like acquaintances, just like coworkers, just like whatever. Cut off the toxic people, because it drains on you emotionally, physically even. It's hard. And I know it's hard, but there was a point in my life where I had to cut off someone, and it changed everything for me. At least at that point in my life, I lost all my friends, and it sucked. But at the end of the day, it was worth it, because it was affecting my mental health, and I'm a lot better and a lot stronger for confronting her and changing that. Just be strong. I know it's hard. I know a lot of days you just want to collapse, lay in bed, cry, and that's okay. It's okay to cry. That is a normal human function that we do when we are upset, and it helps. So if you need to cry, do so. Don't hold it back, because sometimes you just need to have a good cry and then you feel better. Vent to people when you need to. Don't hold everything in. It makes it so much harder. You don't have to carry the weight of the world alone. This is when you rely on your friends, your family. Seek help if you need it. I know it's hard. I've been there. But there's so much that life has to offer. Everything will change. The future is bright and it is beautiful, and you need to be there to see it. Do things that make you happy. Find time to treat yourself. Find time to relax. Don't overstress yourself, because that makes everything worse. It's okay to take mental health days. I did it my senior year a couple of times, and it was great, because there are days where I just felt like, I can't do this. I don't want to do this today. I can't. I took the day off. I laid in bed. I watched Dance Moms. I felt better. Like, don't have to watch Dance Moms. I get that's an acquired taste for some people. But, anyway, I know that you have a lot of responsibilities, and I know life is hard, but never be afraid to take some time for yourself, because at the end of the day, you are the most important person in your life. I don't know, this video is really important for me to make, and I hope you guys gained something from it. If you ever need anything, I'm here. I hope this is just a nice little pep talk for you, to let you know that there's someone in your corner rooting for you. Even if you don't know me, I'm here. I have total faith in you. You got this. And always know I am so proud of you. You're still here, and I am so proud of you. Please, keep going. I love you guys. This got a little bit more emotional than I thought it was going to be. But this is important to me, and I just want you guys to know that there's someone here rooting for you. Just want to know that someone's here for you. I love you guys. Stay strong. You're so much stronger than you think. So keep fighting. Always keep fighting. Love you guys. Peace out.